Aquarius. This is your January 2019 message from Spirit to make the most out of January combo of channeling, spirit guides, and some tarot cards. Stick around to the end, I got some exciting announcements. But Aquarius, without further ado, here is your message. There's a need to return inward. There's a need to return to your heart, Aquarius. There's a little bit of a need to do what actually brings you joy. There's a little bit of kind of like making a checklist, a little bit of this is what society tells me I should do to be happy. If I'm doing a good job, it means I'm doing A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, blah, blah, blah. There's a little bit of kind of doing these things means I'm doing a good job. Doing these things means I'm happy, right? Question mark. Instead, we invite you to be a little bit more playful. Wake up in the morning, kind of picture white light coming in as you breathe in, breathing out, allow anything to leave that needs to leave, 2, 3, 4, 5 breaths, and then ask yourself, what do I most want to do today? Some days it might be lay in bed. Other days it might be go on a walk. Other days it might be go on a long walk. Other days it might be go out for breakfast. Other days it might be make your breakfast healthy at home. It's tapping back into that inner play, which is going to be big for you, Aquarius, to help you enjoy not only this month, but the next 2, 3, 4, up to 6 months from now. You're at a pivotal point in life to really kind of amp up the amount of play and fun that you have. And now is a prime time for that to happen. It's as if you're looking for a job and someone walks up to you and says, hey, I have a job for you. Would you like this one? Take it. Instead, if you wait till, oh, I'll think about it next month, you have to reach out to them and email them. That's an extra step. You could have just say yes now. In a month, you'll have to send like an email out or give them a phone call. You have to take an extra step. Then maybe they need you, maybe they don't. Why chance it? Why risk it? Return to play this month, Aquarius. Whew. Aquarius, that is a short and sweet message. Let's get into the Celtic cross for you guys. Yeah, ooh, guys, this is wow, Aquarius, this is like one of the better reads I've seen for you guys. You guys kind of got shit on last year. I'm not gonna lie. New year, new you, Aquarius. Okay, so check it out, Aquarius. What you've got going on, the basis for your month is the wheel and simplify your life. So the wheel is major arcana card. It's soul level lesson, life lesson. It's one of those pivotal turning points in life where you cannot go back once you learn the lesson. And it's one of those life changes that kind of, sometimes it comes out of nowhere, but it's also just, it wasn't necessarily 100% your choice. It's kind of like you're going to high school. You know you're going to have to graduate high school. You know that change and transition is coming to life after high school, but it's almost as if you were maybe kind of, you decided to double up on classes to graduate early, or you maybe decide to take a semester off and come back and finish later. There was something about it that like something kind of happened to made you either quicken or extend it. So you had a little bit of choice, but the fact that you had to make a choice was out of your control. And so it looks like the change that's coming, it's definitely, or the change that happened is kind of like requiring you to simplify your life. Honestly, guys, this is about reducing a lot of anxiety for you guys. Looking at all the cards, it's really about the change that was coming anyway, but kind of forced, a little ushered. The timing was out of your control. It's really about reducing anxiety for you. It probably had to do with work. Whatever this reading is about, it probably had to do with work, Aries. Aquarius. The underlying reason as to why the change happened in the first place. So there was change, but it's also the soul level lesson is about you simplifying your life and aka reducing anxiety is coming up because, okay, this is weird. So the King of Ariel is the ultimate card of career success, of money, career success. Self-employment reversed is like the ultimate sign that something about your money didn't go the way you wanted, how you planned. So maybe you inherited an inheritance, but you spent it too quickly. Maybe you inherited an inheritance. Now that you're doing taxes, you didn't realize how much of it would go back to the IRS. Maybe you retired and you're like, this wasn't as much money as I thought I'd have to play with every month. So maybe you'll return back to employment in a part-time job or something. Okay, let me get back on point though. So the reason why you're being asked to simplify your life and reduce anxiety, because there's something about, you're learning like a money lesson right now. You're definitely learning a money lesson. Sometimes that lesson is positive, where it's about receiving more. It's about allowing more money to come in for less work. Sometimes it's about how honestly taking a look at how much money you make and evaluating how you spend your money. I recall reading a book. It wasn't David Ramsey. It was, I'm forgetting the author, but I think it was called Smart Women Finish Rich. It's definitely written for women, the baby boomer generation, but there's still a lot of good information in there. And in there, he talks about how you value money. Look at how you spend your money currently, and if you're going out getting lattes every day, that's how you value your money. But what he encourages you to do is to take a step back and look at what do you actually value? Do you value the morning lattes as a little pick-me-up, a little bit of a boost, a way to pamper and have a little luxury in your morning? Or do you value travel? If you value travel, you stop spending the money on the lattes, and the money you would have spent on the lattes, you put into your savings so that you then travel. And as you put the money into savings, you kind of bask on it. You go, the $6 times 30, that's 300 something that I'm saving towards Hawaii. So that way, every time you're spending money, it's in a way that feels good to you, instead of it kind of feeling like force, like, well, I have to buy this because this is the only thing I can afford. No, $6 lattes every day. You save that shit over a month, that's 360. 360 times 12. Let's just do 300 times 12 because that's easier math. That's 3,600 in that year. You could take a vacation for 3,600. You can make a big dent on a loan with that much money. So it's kind of really about evaluating money for you this month and making sure it's really tapped into your beliefs. That's the basis for this situation for you guys. In terms of your challenge, or what's crossing you to really make sure that your spending is aligned with how you value money, and you guys might have to kind of evaluate yourself a little bit, like, well, why am I spending my money this way? Is that something my mom taught me? Is that something my dad taught me? Is that something school taught me? Is that something I learned from, I admired someone who spent their money that way, so I've just been on autopilot doing it? Like, you might have to evaluate a little bit, like, why am I buying that? What does it mean about me if I buy that? What does it mean about my family if I buy that? So that you at least have an honest viewpoint of why you're spending the money the way you're spending it. Like one example I could give you is I had a client who was buying herself lattes every day. And we did the value list, and she actually did value travel over a little bit of pampering, because she wanted to do more travel pampering. But it wasn't an automatic switch for her. For some people, when you have that awareness, it's easy. It's like you stop spending there, you start saving here so that you spend appropriately. But what she looked at was that, like, her parents grew up with never buying coffee. And to her, that meant it's because I'm poor. So she was, it's called ego. I'm buying the coffee to show that I have money. Once we uncovered that little bit of a belief system, then she easily went, no, I travel because I have money. Then, okay, I hope that highlighted it for you guys. Okay, in terms of what your challenge, though, your challenge, Aquarius, is actually tapping into your own intuition. So it looks like you do kind of have to clear up. What did you learn from your parents about money? You're going to have to clear that up a little bit, because it's really about tapping into your own intuition. Is this bringing me joy, or is this just something I'm doing out of convenience? If it's out of convenience, how can you start planning and changing how you spend money so that it's a little bit different, so that how you spend money is actually in alignment with what brings you joy. And it's also letting you know that it is about tapping into your intuition so that you spend money when it's joyous, but it's also like helpful person. So that can mean maybe hiring a financial planner, maybe hiring a wealth management person. I don't know their full title, wealth management. Maybe it's about reading the book that I suggested. Maybe it's reading one of David Ramsey's if you need to pay down debt. I read his books to help pay down debt. I personally did the snowball method. If you guys are going to read that book, that's where you pay down the smallest debt you have, and then your second smallest and your third smallest, so that you kind of get some momentum going. The other method is mathematically it works out better if you take on the loan that has the highest percentage of interest on it. For me, though, I wanted to see momentum and stuff just getting paid off, so I picked the snowball method. But so you really kind of have to evaluate how you spend your money this month, and it's not like a warning like don't spend now because you're going to be out of money later. It's just more about tapping back into what brings you joy. If it's the latte, then enjoy the F out of it. Instead of spending it, I shouldn't be spending it this way. If you value a morning pick-me-up, a morning way of showing yourself that you love yourself and you're pampering yourself, then enjoy it. Don't feel bad about it. Or if it's awareness that, no, I don't value that, I value travel, then stop spending money where you don't value it and spend it where you value it. In terms of what's coming up in the past, it looks like, okay, so in the past you had the three of you. Okay, yeah, so you had some work come up, and not work as in like, 9-to-5 work, but there was something that you had to do that wasn't really fun. And whatever it is that you did, maybe it was move, maybe it was get a new job, something, whatever you did that wasn't necessarily the funnest, it definitely triggered a little bit of feeling unsafe. So it was very likely something that, like, sometimes when you move apartments, you have to get used to the new sounds, right? Because sometimes when you hear the new sound of the house, you're like, what was that? But then in no time, you're used to the sound. Or maybe it's just you transferred positions and you got to get used to the new kind of responsibilities and what's expected out of you. There's just a little bit of newness that you're having to get used to. And just be aware, because it did trigger your sense of protection. Do things like root chakra work. You could do that by getting a candle, getting gemstones. Law of attraction, you could tell yourself, I'm safe, I'm safe. It's safe here. Bring your eyes and attention to everything that's safe about where you are. Maybe if you moved, hey, there's a lock on this doors. There's a locks on these windows. I'm safe. So you're just going to want to kind of bring your attention to how you're safe. It will help you out. In terms of what's going on in the current moment for you guys, you got Perspective Reverse, which is a major arcana card, and you got the Weight card. Okay. So it kind of looks like, Aquarius, whatever it is that wasn't the funnest thing for you to do, it does look like there's a little bit of plowing ahead, and I just got to get it done. But it's kind of like, wait, there's a way to do it that's more enjoyable. So just sit back, take a breather, maybe go get that latte, take a breath back and go, okay, so here's everything that I know needs to get done. How can I get this done more fun? Can I pace it differently so that I get it done? Should I maybe hire a little helper, a little kid down the street to come and help me with this? Or maybe big kid, whatever. How can I get this done in a way that feels better, more uplifting, a little more fun? Take the time to just ask yourself and let an idea come to your head. Act on that idea versus plowing ahead, because you're just like dampening your fun. You're dampening your fun. And guys, we came down here on earth to have fun and enjoy. Some of us, you had the abusive childhood, you had the trauma, you got the PTSD. Sometimes you got to navigate and unwind some of those old emotions, some of those old traumatic situations to get to enjoyment of life. But you came down to enjoy. You have one life. And this, maybe if you're a person of who believes in that reincarnation, you still only have one life in this body, this mindset, this spiritual makeup right here, right now. Make the most out of it. In terms of what's coming ahead in the future for you, it looks like you got the two of Ariel upright and you got the contemplation. All right, guys, they're beating you over the head with the same message with just slight different variations of it. The two of Ariel is the card. Look at him, of finding balance. Okay, so you got to find balance. That's the whole work-life balance. That's the whole work-life balance, man. It's literally finding balance in what it is that you're doing. What's the point of, you can pull an all-nighter and ace the test, but then you feel like shit for a day or two afterwards. Or you could spend 3 days and just study 8 hours a day, sleep well, eat well, and you feel good, and you still get the same grade. it's really taking the time to kind of make sure you're doing it in the approach that feels good, because it looks like you're rushing through it. You're just trying to get through it. You're getting into like, automatic mode, robot mode. You're like, just got to do it, just got to do it. Like they're screaming at you right now, trying to tell you, how can you do it in a way that feels more uplifting? How can you do it in a way that feels more positively uplifting, enjoyment expanding? In terms of your personal power this month, you got 2 of Gabriel with synchronicity. So your personal power this month is about being willing to do things in a new way, in your way, so that you then get the synchronistic flow. It's really about, no, this is my life. I'm an adult now, and these are the choices that I'm making so that I can kind of live the good life. Okay. In terms of, so I don't want to underemphasize this, guys. It's your personal power is still taking action, because you got the 2 and the 2, okay? You got the 2 as what's coming ahead for you right now is that you're going to approach whatever it is you're doing in a way that's kind of ignoring your human level need, your enjoyment. If you get a tired eye, on the side here or behind your eye, that means you're doing it wrong. So it's still about action. It's still the 2, but it's about doing it in a way that's really aligned to you, so that you get the flow in life, so that you get the magic back in life, so you get that breath of fresh air. That's what life's about, okay? In terms of outside influences this month. Okay, outside influences, aka the angels, the spirit guides, maybe they'll send a human being to let you know this, is that it is like victory is yours. You're at a good spot in life. You're at a stable spot in life. So it's really about, you don't have to approach life how you approached life to get to this point. Because there was a little bit of ignoring how you felt, a little bit of, I just got to do it, I just got to do it, I just got to do it, I'm almost at the finish line, I'm almost at the finish line. You're at the finish line, so now it's about exploring your options, reading a book, joining a woman's circle, joining a man's circle, joining a book club, joining a hiking club. It's really about exploring how you want to navigate the world with this segment of your life, because you have some success and some stability in your life. So it's really about exploring your options of how to enjoy it more. I mean, they're literally slamming that message down your throat, Aquarius. Okay, in terms of your hopes or fears this month, oh, guys, Aquarius. Give me some love. Let me know below. What are you doing? Like, how does this resonate? What are you guys going through? Because all Spirit's message has been some sort of nuance, some sort of variation of enjoy life more. 9 of Michael. That is the ultimate card of self-inflicted anxiety, self-inflicted worry. It's where you're the one, what about this? What about that? What about this? It's kind of like, I had a client one time who she had like 2 years worth of savings in her checking account. She had a 401k already pretty well on its way. She had her house bought and cash paid out. Every month she was always, but what if it runs out? What if I never make another penny in my whole life? Guys, do you really think that someone who in her somewhere in the 30s, early 40s, house bought and paid off, retirement saved up, about 2 years worth of living expenses, and nice living expenses, not scraping by, saved up. Do you really think that kind of a person is not going to ever earn another penny in their life? It's self-inflicted worry, okay? And it's really about, okay, so it is about letting yourself receive. So you guys might like reading the book, The Big Leap by Gay Hendricks. It's just a little bit of an upper limit. Whatever recent stability you gained in your life, you've kind of hit your threshold for how much you can enjoy in life and still feel safe. One example of that is, if in your childhood, if you had a parent who took toys away from you, or if you had a parent who said, hey, you're supposed to be seen and not heard, or if you had a parent who maybe took toys away, or no, you only get one toy and that's it. You should be happy your whole month, your whole year. You get one toy this year and that's it. You need to enjoy the heck out of that one toy. How that can play out in your adult life is, okay, well now I'm retired, so I should be happy with that. I don't need to go out and enjoy the other things. It's about letting yourself receive, recognizing that you're worthy of having a flowing relationship, flowing money, flowing friendships, a flowing community. It's really about you kind of enjoying all of it this month. And it looks like the worry, the little bit of self-doubt, the worry is definitely more brought on by your internal thinking versus what's actually going around you. Because there is a far difference between someone who does not have money for rent next month versus someone who has rent paid for 2 years. One needs to have a little bit of a motivation to go make money. One needs to learn to enjoy other areas. In terms of your final outcome for this month, oh, okay. So, yeah, okay. It looks like for your outcome this month, it looks like you're going to choose, as of right now, this is an energetic snapshot at this point in time. It looks like you kind of are going to choose the little bit of worry. You're going to choose the, it looks like you're going so it's less than the 9, it's the 4, but it's like you're going to choose to ignore the self-care. You're going to choose to ignore the meditation. You're going to choose to ignore the tending to your emotions. How do you feel about the move? How do you feel in your new home? How do you feel about the new job? I like the promotion and I'm a little scared. I don't know what is expected out of me yet. You got to be willing to admit both, what you like and what you don't like, so that you can tend to your emotions and soothe your vibrations. Because it just looks like you're not doing that, so it's just you're not going to enjoy it to the fullest. It's the divine magic reverse. So instead of allowing yourself to enjoy everything, all the areas of your life are flowing, you're like, but I'm going to ignore the self-care and not enjoy it. It's kind of like that person who has the millions, but they gained 1,000 pounds along the way to get the millions. Like, even if you have millions now, but you're 1,000 pounds, you can't walk. You're 1,000 pounds, your heart is probably stressing you out every day. You're probably feeling bad. Like, what good is all that money if you're not going to take care of yourself to enjoy it? Okay, love you bunches, Aquarius. If you need give me a comment below. Let me know how this resonated. I always love feedback. I always love what's going on in everyone's lives. Give me a thumbs up if you like the video. I'd appreciate it. That's one way to throw support back at the channel. And thank you to everyone who donates to the channel. It is so appreciated. I always feel so loved when I get a donation. It really helps me keep doing these. So if you want to donate, I put a link down below via PayPal. And this month, Spirit guided me to offer personal recorded videos that I kept at the original rates of $150. You just click the link below. You'll get redirected to a typical checkout page. And you get to ask your questions that you want to know about. And I'm also going to let Spirit just speak to you so that you hear the answers to the questions that you didn't even know you had to ask. So if you're ready just for that kind of little extra boost, maybe help you kind of navigate rewriting a new belief system so that you can enjoy this period of your life more, go ahead and click that button down below and I will be happy to help. But love you guys bunches. In about a week, I will make your love readings. Mwah.